Hey guys, it's Sid with SVTPerformance.com. Today I got a real quick video for you live from the jungles of South Carolina. I'm going to do a little bit of oil filter testing here. And by testing, I mean we're going to cut this thing open, both these. This is your good old standard Coyote FL-500S that we're all become familiar with over the years. It's been replaced by this new filter, the FL-2121. It says B12 at the end of it because I got this thing from a Ford dealership. All B12 means is it just comes in a box of 12, so you don't get the regular retail box with it. But this came over the counter from the local Ford dealer. I will have detailed pictures and specs on these two filters over on SVTPerformance.com. So if you're interested in learning everything that I've learned about it, the link's in the description below. Head over there. But the first thing you're going to notice, the new filter is taller, the can design is different, diameter is the same, it's still made in the USA, both these are made in the USA. But I have a sneaking suspicion that Ford has changed suppliers. So this was made by Purolator, which is now owned by Wix, their parent company. So Wix bought out Purolator a few years ago. But if you can see, the base plate is a completely different design. Way different inside here. And one thing that I'm not super pleased about, it's kind of tough to see, but I think the camera will grab it right there. Look at that nice metal filing left over from where they cut the threads on this thing. I would not like that ending up in my oil pump. Yeah, so that's a little quality control issue. Other than that, I see silicone anti-drain back valves, the normal kind of stuff there. But let's go ahead and get these cut open with my Longacre Racing Products oil filter cutting tool. I picked this up on Amazon years ago. I've used this thing for probably 15 years. I mean, it's been a long time. Basically, since Amazon expanded from selling just books and started having stuff like this, I bought this thing. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to cut open a bunch of oil filters. This is a good tool to have. But let's go ahead and get these popped open and see what's going on inside. I'm using my old bucket truck bed as a workbench here because that's super handy. But all you got to do is just put this thing in here, tighten it up, and then spin it around, and it will cut this can right open. There we go. So this is the 500. This is the one that Coyote owners have been using for years. Shouldn't be too surprised what we find here. So we've got a pretty heavy metal base plate, your silicone anti-drain back valve. It's pretty standard. We've come to expect that. And then your standard paper filter. And look at the glue quality on this thing. That is not what I would consider great. So standard paper filter. You got your leaf spring down in the bottom. You know, it's what you've come to expect. So let's pop this new one open here. One thing I can tell you, even though this is physically larger, it weighs less. Like, you can feel it in your hand. This thing weighs less than the old one. So let's see what we find inside. I don't want to speculate on why they decided to go with a different manufacturer, a different design just yet. I doubt it has anything to do with the upcoming changes on the 24 Mustang, because this is Gen 4 Coyote, and Gen 4 Coyote's been out in the F-150 for a couple of years now. I mean, granted, the F-150 Coyote is not as high performance as what'll be in a Mustang, but still. All right, first thing we're going to notice is anti-drain back valve design has changed. So, and the filter media, that has changed. I'll have to think about it, but I know this design, this is familiar on the bypass. And it has a coil spring bypass with a little plastic piece in here. It's your standard just paper filter. You can see inside it has a plastic core support, whereas inside this one you've got a metal core support. You can't really see it, but a lot smaller area to flow out of here. But still, you're not talking, it's not going to make really a difference because you're still limited by this hole, which is right about the same size as this. So I wouldn't consider that a restriction of flow on something like this. I am not impressed by this glue though, just gobbed all over it. You can see this getting on my hands. But the media itself, you can see a little bit taller. Look like it's probably the same type of media. It looks almost identical. So just a few changes there. I'm not sure why they made it. It looks like it's an overall cheaper design to produce. Maybe that's what Ford was looking for. I don't know. Maybe they just ran out of capacity at the particular plant that made this and they had to go somewhere else. But this end plate design looks like it's not as heavily built as this one, it doesn't seem. But I will go through and weigh all of this stuff. I'll mock the cans, see which can is thicker, all that kind of stuff, and I will have it posted over on SVTPerformance.com. So if you guys want to get all the information on that kind of stuff, it'll be over there for you. I hope this was informative. I like doing this kind of stuff, you know, just seeing changes that are made on things and products. Neither one of these filters are what I would consider the best on the market. I prefer like a Wix XP or something like that. I think that's a really good filter with a synthetic media. It's only like 10-12 bucks. I'll put the link in the description below to both these filters and the one that I would probably use as far as like simple, normal, everyday application. I mean, for a few dollars more, you can get a way better filter than this. Like I said, I'd probably use a Wix XP. If you want something more exotic, I know a lot of guys like AMSOIL filters and things like that, and that's fine. Just for my normal everyday driving, and to me, it's more important to change your oil often than it is to use the most expensive products out there. I'm sure you'll be fine with either one of these, but for me, if I can spend $3 more and get what I consider a significantly better filter, I will do that. So that's kind of what you got to look forward to, guys. This kind of stuff is changing. We've got another video coming up on another filter change. I think it'll be a little bit more enlightening. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to check that out. And please head over to SVTPerformance.com if you have any questions about this stuff. I will post up the answers over there as best I can. Like I've told you in many videos previously, that's the best place to ask questions. The YouTube comment section is just, it's not great for that. I love to interact with you guys on there, so if you want to say it's great or give me an idea for a future video, definitely post that up. Give us the likes, you know, all that good stuff. If you watched this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Please consider subscribing, or subscribe to some of your other favorite YouTubers. I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I would. So anything else you guys would like to see, let me know. Like I said, I'll have dimensions, weights, all that kind of stuff over on SVTPerformance.com. You can check it out there. The link's in the description below. And thanks for watching.